My dad was an owner operator. He had a blue collar business. And I remember he was working way too many hours. The business owned him. He didn't own the business. And as I got older, I said, you know what? There's got to be a way to help people like my dad. I want people to know that there is a better way, that they can hire people they can trust. They can delegate these things to people through systems, through processes. They can have everything they want out of their business. As an employer, you don't have to settle with bottom of the barrel. You don't have to settle with, getting all of these people applying that don't have the skills or walk off the job. You don't have to settle for those things. We can really just light the world on fire with this new way of thinking and understanding that with this process, not only are we going to have better people, but we're going to create better opportunities for people when they leave us. They are going to be better fulfilled. Their families are going to be better taken care of because they worked for a company that was running on our system.
Welcome to the Thought Leader Revolution with Nikki Ballou. Join the revolution. There's never been a better time in history to speak your truth, find your freedom, and make your fortune. Each week, we interview the world's top thought leaders and learn the secrets of how they built a 6 to 7 figure practice. This episode has been brought to you by eCircleacademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the podcast, The Thought Leader Revolution. I'm your host, Nikki Ballou, and we have another one of our exciting, emerging thought leaders with us today, Ryan Englin. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Nikki, thanks for having me.
Honored to have you here, my man. So, Ryan, tell me your backstory. How'd you get to be the great Ryan Englin?
Oh, man, how far you want me to go back? My dad was an owner operator. He had a blue collar business. And I remember being 7, 8 years old and going down to the shop and helping him and realizing that he was working way too many hours. The business owned him. He didn't own the business. And as I got older, I said, you know what, there's got to be a way to help people like my dad. So I started a marketing company. I thought that marketing was his problem. He didn't have enough customers. If he had more customers, he'd have more revenue. If he had more revenue, he'd have more people. He'd get all the things he wanted out of business. And as fate would have it, I found out that that is not accurate for most entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs, they struggle more with how do I build a successful team? How do I find people I trust? How do I delegate so that I don't have to be everything to everyone? And as I started working with my marketing clients on helping them recruit and build better teams, that's when I made that discovery and realized that most entrepreneurs are great people. They have great stories, they have great organizations to work for. They're great leaders. They just have never been taught how to do this. And so about 8 years ago, I started out building my model, putting things together, teaching people how to hire better people, people they can trust, people they can delegate to so they can go get everything they want out of their business.
Awesome, man. So you kind of answered the next question I was going to ask, which is, tell me what problems you solve for clients, hiring better people. And
that's it.
So tell me what you do to solve those problems.
Yeah, there's a couple of things, real simple things. The first one is to realize that recruiting is a marketing activity. Recruiting is not an HR activity. Recruiting should not belong to your HR people. Recruiting should belong in your marketing team.
Why?
Well, it's about creating an advertisement, a marketing piece that you post on the job boards, that you put on your website, that you share on social media that says, hey, this is why you should want to work for us. We need to compel people emotionally to apply for our jobs. And the way most people do it is they compete on pay. And for those of you small businesses listening or even the medium-sized business, like we can't compete on pay. That's not how our business works. It's not set up so that we can pay top of the market. You have to compete on something else. And your marketing people are the ones that are best at being able to compel people to take action and be able to share what makes you so uniquely different. Because the reality is, if you are not attracting good people to join your team, you're probably not attractive to good people. And attraction
really good.
Is something your marketing team can help with.
That's really good. I've never heard that before. That's really unique. So Tell me, because I think this leads into my next question is, what's the dent you're looking to make in the universe with this?
I want people who started a business because they thought they could have more, they could be more, they could do more. And they realize they wake up 5, 6, 7 years later and this business just consuming them. They're missing time with their kids. They're missing time in their community. They've given up on their hobbies, their sports, the things they do for fun. I want people to know that there is a better way, that they can hire people they can trust. They can delegate these things to people through systems, through processes. They can have everything they want out of their business. I want people like my dad to not be 70, still working and thinking, gee, why didn't I do this 20 years ago? I want to do it when it matters. That's the big piece that I want to solve.
I like it, man. So who's your ideal client, brother?
Most of the work we do is in the trades. It's with those plumbers, electricians, mechanical contractors, construction companies, those that are struggling because there's a labor shortage, because there's a gap, because they have ignored, this is my belief about the construction industry and most of the skilled trades, they've ignored the fact that the world has changed. They have sat idle and saying, oh, you know what? People are still going to want these awesome jobs because the jobs are awesome. Yeah, but when the internet startups and the Googles and the Facebooks of the world can actually come out and say, this is why our jobs are more awesome, people start looking away from the trades. People start looking to the trades and thumbing their nose at it and saying, you know what, this isn't for me. No self-respecting kid of mine is going to go be in the trades. I don't want to have to go tell my friends and family that my son or daughter is a smelly plumber, right? Or a gross construction worker. Like, we have this perception out there that these jobs are lesser than.
I'm going to push back on that because I think that's a load of hogwash. These jobs today are growth areas because so few people want to do them. There is an opportunity for someone with a good work ethic to be able to go into the space and make a career either as an employee or, frankly, as a business owner in the trades, because the number of people willing to do the jobs has shrunk, and it's just plain supply and demand. And the demand for the type of work that these folks in the trades do has exponentially increased. I've got a friend, I run a men's group in addition to my business, and I've got a friend of mine who's a landscape architect. He's got a team of a dozen people, 11 men and 1 woman that work for him, and he pays a good buck for folks doing the type of work that they're doing, and he makes robustly 7 figures a year out of doing this, so I understand that there's people that are thinking that way, but I think that's a hogwash mentality. I think it's a total bullshit mentality, because trades today are, I think, a better longer term bet for job security and income than high tech. Way better. What do you say to that?
I agree with you 100%. And that's a lot of my message. The problem that the industry has is they don't know how to communicate that well. And so if you've got a guidance counselor at high school talking to the kids about what they want to do with their lives, the guidance counselor is like, no, I'm going to send them to college. I'm going to get them in the white collar. I'm going to get them into tech. They're not thinking, hey, you're good with your hands. You're good. You've got mechanical aptitude, spatial awareness. You can go do some amazing things by getting involved in the trade.
And make good money forever.
And make damn good money.
Forever. For your entire career.
Yeah. And always be in demand, because robots aren't going to be replacing these jobs. Nope. AI is not going to be replacing these jobs. People are still going to need individuals, human beings, to come into their home or into their place of business to fix things, because robots aren't going to be there in my lifetime. I don't think they're going to be there in my lifetime. And I'm with you 100%. What I'm saying is that the public perception is that these jobs are gross. And we don't make it easy on ourselves. Like, I love Mike Rowe. I think it's awesome that he had a show called Dirty Jobs. But how many people want a dirty job? Like that, I'm not raising my kids. Well, I am, but most people aren't raising their kids to go get a dirty job. We want our kids to be have safe jobs and have clean jobs and well-respected jobs. But as an industry, we've actually come up with some creative ways to say, hey, we're the smell good plumber, implying that plumbers are stinky. Right? But anybody that's in plumbing or drains knows that drains is such a small percentage of what plumbers do. Yet that's how we market our jobs. That's how we market the industry. And it's created this negative perception in the marketplace. And I'm out here to help solve this. I'm not talking about the gross work. I'm talking about the amazing opportunities and the teams you get to be a part of and the amount of pride that exists in the trades. We do a lot of work in construction, and these guys will drive through a city and they're like, I built that. I built that. I mean, just the amount of pride that exists is amazing. Like, who wouldn't want that? But they don't know how to promote it.
I think everybody should want that. And I think you're right. A lot of people don't know how to promote it. And I also think that it is a last bastion of masculinity. The trades where masculine, manly men go there and do manly shit with their hands and use man skills to make the world a better place. So yeah, kudos, man. I like what you're saying. I think it's a great thing. So next question, how do you currently attract your ideal clients?
You know, for number one way is I get on podcasts and I share these ideas. And I share the idea that you don't have to settle. As an employer, you don't have to settle with bottom of the barrel. You don't have to settle with, getting all of these people applying that don't have the skills or are willing to ghost you or not show up and do the work and walk off the job. You don't have to settle for those things. But there's this belief, especially in the trades, well, that's what we get. And we just deal with it. You don't have to. We have clients all over the country that aren't dealing with it anymore because they've changed the way they do this. They've changed the way they communicate. They've changed their process. They've implemented a better system, and it's just a better way of being. And so they're able to overcome that. And so being able to get on a podcast and share those ideas and share some of these tactics has been the best way for me to get up there, is being on stage.
So give me a client success story, brother.
Yeah, when I think of construction contractor came to me, he goes, for 9 months, I've been struggling to fill positions. I have not been able to figure it out. He goes, I took on one of those put you on the map type jobs, right? You're the $5 million contractor and you just closed a $7 million deal. It's like, how do I do this? He goes, I need 50 people and I need them yesterday. I said, okay, great. Give me 90 days and we're going to get you 50 people. And his company grew by 50 new hires inside of 90 days just by implementing a few of our processes.
Damn, bro. That's what I'm talking about. That is how it's done. So look, next question, man. As an emerging thought leader with a desire to make a big dent in the universe, man, what is the biggest challenge you're facing, you, Ryan Englin, in scaling and helping more great trades people?
These ideas are too new. They're scared of them. They're scared of these ideas because it's something I've been doing for 8 years now. I've got some case studies. I show that it works, but there's no one else doing this. There's no one else that I've come across that says, I'm going to teach you how to fish for better people. I'm going to teach you and your team how to interview better, how to retain people, how to engage them. There's no one out there teaching it. There's a bunch of people with software. There's a bunch of people doing other things to support this, but no one's coming in with a holistic approach and saying, I want to teach you to fish. I want to teach you how to do this better so you don't have to worry anymore.
Amen, brother.
And that's been my biggest challenge, is it's new to the market.
Yeah, I think I totally understand that. And there's a way to make that work. We'll talk a little offline about that. Okay, next question, brother. What frustrates you, Ryan Englin, the most that you're not yet a household name?
There are a lot of people out there that are doing the same thing that they've been doing for years, hoping that someday they're going to get different results, and that time is fleeting. Their kids are growing up. Those hobbies are going away. They don't have the same physical ability they used to have. And so going back to those hobbies or going back to the things they used to enjoy are getting harder. And so that's what keeps me up at night, is that there's so many people that need a better way to do this that just aren't getting it.
That is a Very good answer. So a year from now, bro, 5 years from now, what would be your absolute dream? Your business has gone supersonic. It's exploding. You're helping the right number of people that you want to help. What would have you crying tears of joy? Paint a picture for me with lots of detail.
Oh, so my vision for this is to be able to not only take this, I want to take this international. We've already talked to a couple of companies outside of the country, but I want it to go international. I want to turn this into a licensed product that I can give to other coaches, thought leaders, others, so that we can really just light the world on fire with this new way of thinking. And understanding that with this process, not only are we going to have better people, but we're going to create better opportunities for people when they leave us. They are going to be better fulfilled. Their families are going to be better taken care of because they worked for a company that was running on our system. That's really what I want. I want to be able to license this. I want to be able to put this in the hands of other coaches and trainers and get this in front of as many people as possible. I'm passionate about blue collar, but you know what? CPA firms need this. Medical firms need this. All these other industries need it. I'm not as passionate about those, but there are people out there that can deliver on this that are.
Amen, brother. I like it. I like it a lot. So what's next for you?
You know what? This year, our rallying cry this year is about creating clarity in our messaging, creating clarity in our partnerships, creating clarity in our processes, just really making sure that everything is crystal clear for us so that we can make sure that we can deliver more for everybody that comes in, and not just more clients, but also deliver more value and bring more to the table for them. This whole employment thing changes so fast. It's impacted by so many external factors, and we just got to be able to stay on top of it and show these people that there's a better way to do this. So that's my next big step this year. No new books, no new big ideas, no new podcasts or anything like that. This year is just really about getting clear on what we're doing, getting clear on the right things, and just making sure that we've got a stable business that's healthy, so we can continue to help these entrepreneurs as they come in.
I love it, man. So if folks want to get a hold of you and book a call with you, what's the best way?
corematters.com. It's the absolute best way to get a hold of me. In fact, if anybody's interested, I got a book that just came out called Hire Better People Faster. Love to mail into your listeners a free copy if they want to go to corematters.com/free book. Small little shipping and handling fee, but they can get the copy of the book and they can learn more. And through all that process, I make it very easy for them to book a call with me.
Yeah, I'd like to read your book. I'm not in the trades myself, but it sounds like a very powerful, intriguing book. I'd like to read it. I'm a reader.
Love to send you a copy.
I read about 100 books a year, so you got to sign it for me, though. I'm one of those dudes who won't sign books. So
I sign every copy I mail out. So
good. We end off each episode by asking you, as our guest expert, to give us your top 3 expert action steps. These are your best 3 pieces of advice in bullet point form to help my listener take his life, her life to the next level. What do you say?
Yep. First one is, if you want to attract better people, you must become attractive to better people. Second one, if you want to attract the right person, you must get clear on who the right person is. And then the third one, if you want people to care about your business as much as you do, you must care about them as much as you care about your business.
These are 3 awesome expert action steps. So listener, Ryan Englin is the real freaking deal. This man knows his stuff. He's a true thought leader, he's an emerging thought leader, and we're going to help make him a world-renowned thought leader, because that's what he and his message deserve. Go to his website, corematters.com. Go to corematters.com, free book. Get his free book signed. I think that's a good idea, regardless of what business you're in. The ideas he's talking about learning how to hire the right people, are ideas worth thinking about, ideas worth exploring for yourself as an entrepreneur, and ideas worth implementing. And if this episode was valuable to you and you got a friend who needs to hear it, share it with them. Ryan Englin, thanks so much for coming on the show. Real honor to have you here. You rock, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that wraps up another exciting episode of the podcast, The Thought Leader Revolution. To find out more about today's guest, the one and only Ryan Englin of Core Matters, go to the show notes at thethoughtleaderrevolution.com. Go to his website, corematters.com. Get his free book at corematters.com/free book. Jump on the phone with him by going to that same website and booking a call with him. And you can also do all the things I mentioned, except get the free book, by going to the show notes. Anywhere you listen to this episode, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Audible, YouTube, Rumble, or what have you. Until next time, bye-bye.
This episode has been brought to you by eCircleAcademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.